week 4 of the fantasy baseball season. And here's a few pitches I would drop this week. The first guy, Jeffrey Springs of the Tampa Bay Rays. So Springs, he got off to a great start in the first 3 starts of the season, but unfortunately now he's going to need Tommy John surgery, and he's out for the season here. Most likely next season as well, Springs will be out. So Jeffrey Springs this year, it was a breakout type of year for him with the Tampa Bay Rays. It could have been 16 innings, 2-0 record, 24 strikeouts, 0.56 ERA, 0.50 WHIP with 2 quality starts. And last season he was great as well, 9-5 with 2.46 ERA and a 1.07 WHIP. So it's a big hit for fantasy owners, no doubt about it, to lose Jeffrey Springs. But even in keeper leagues or dynasty leagues, he's not a guy I'm going to hold on to. Usually takes a pitcher 2 or 3 years to get back to full form after Tommy John surgery, or sitting out pretty much 2 seasons in a row to build their arm back up in the strength. So right now, Jeffrey Springs, it's unfortunate for fantasy owners. He was a good player this season, but right now, surprisingly, still owned in 43% of leagues. He's a guy that should be dropped universally in just about every league this week. The next guy is Ross Stripling of the San Francisco Giants. Stripling back in the rotation, and they're putting him in and out of the rotation so far in the early going. 15 2/3, 0-1 record, 14 strikeouts, a 6.89 ERA, and a 1.60 WHIP. So last season with the Blue Jays, it was a great year for Stripling. 10-4 with a 3.01 ERA, but it just hasn't got the job done now, is Stripling. Last start for Stripling was April 23rd versus the Mets. 3-30, only lasted 6 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and a strikeout. So right now, he's still going to be in this Giant rotation. I know the Giants are waiting for Mitch Haniger to come back. He should be back any day now. Jock Peterson is back in the lineup, but if their lineup could get going and they could give more run support to their pitches, these guys could get things going. But like I said, Ross Stripling, he might have been a one-hit wonder last season with the Toronto Blue Jays, and this season I don't think he's going to do much in the Bay Area, especially in a tough division with the Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers, even though those teams are off to slow starts. But anyway, while he's struggling and they're floating him back to the rotation in and out, there's no reason for fantasy owners to hold on to Stripling. And as you drop this week, the next guy is Craig Kimbrel of the Philadelphia Phillies. So Kimbrel right now, I don't know who's going to be the closer over here. It's between him, Alvarado, and Gregory Soto. So right now, we don't know who's going to be the closer for sure. I know the roles have changed a little bit over the last few weeks. And Kimbrel so far this season, the numbers aren't all that great. Once again, 9 innings pitched, 2 saves, 11 strikeouts, a 5 ERA, and a 1.56 WHIP. So right now, last season, Kimbrel, he was up and down last year as well with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And right there, I think it's a closer by committee or situation in Philly. So right now, if Kimbrel's not going to get the saves and his ERA is going to be a 4 or 5 this season, I think his best days are behind him. He's not the elite closer he once was, in my opinion, like he was in his Boston Red Sox days, is Ken Kimbrel. Or even a few years with the Chicago. Now, he is only 53% of fantasy leagues. I know this Philly team could get hot and get a lot of save opportunities for their pitchers, but right now, Ken Kimbrel, he's up and down. He's up there in age, and maybe his best days are behind him. So with Alvarado and Soto, I believe, still in the picture for saves over there in Philly, he would be a guy would drop this week. The next guy, Bradley Singer of the Kansas City Royals. So Singer was on the list last week, and once again, he's made the list here. Still on the 59% of fantasy leagues. I know it's only 21 innings. I know it's early in the year, where last season he was solid 10-5 with a 3.23 ERA. But so far this year, 21 innings, 1-2 record, 19 strikeouts, an awful 8.14 ERA, and a 1.52 WHIP. So right now, this Kansas City Royal team, we know they're not going to score a lot of runs. We know their offense isn't built for that. And Brady Singer, last season, like I said, it was a good year for him. But this season, I think the league's caught up to him a little bit. And also with the pitch clock, a lot of pitchers have been getting hit hard in the early going this season and not really adjusting yet to the pitch clock. So April 8th at the Giants, 6 innings, no decision, 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 Ks in that one. April 14th versus the Braves, 5 innings, got the loss, 10 hits, 8 runs in that one, 8 strikeouts. And April 19th versus the Rangers, 5 innings, got the loss again, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks. I know it's early in the season still, only week 4 of the season, and some owners, they patiently wait and see if these guys could turn things around. But the season goes quick, believe it or not. I know it's a long season and fantasy season, but if you're down in the standings in the early going right now, you definitely got to make adjustments. And guys like Singer who just aren't getting the job done, even though he does have a good matchup coming up here tonight at the Arizona Diamondbacks, he's still not a guy I could trust. He's on a team that's not going to give him much run support. And like I said, with the pitch clock stuff this season, definitely an adjustment for hitters and pitchers. But I think some of these pitchers, it's wearing on even more than the hitters with higher ERAs and having to throw more and not as thrown as hard, obviously, in between pitches, where last season you had more time. So right now, Singer is a pitcher I would drop in the fifth and final pitcher I look to drop this week here. It's Tyler Anderson of the Los Angeles Angels. So Anderson last season, a monster year with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and now he cashed in with the Los Angeles Angels. And on the season, 20 innings, 1-0 record, 11 strikeouts, a 7.20 ERA, and a 1.70 whip with a quality start. So Anderson last season, like I said, had the monster breakout year, 15-5 with a 2.57. But right now, it just seems like whoever goes to the Los Angeles Angels, these guys can't pitch the baseball and be productive. It's just, no matter what free agent, I just think that's been the case with the Angels over the last decade plus here. They get a free agent pitcher besides Ohtani is the exception, and these guys just can't perform over there for the Angels. So the last few games here for Anderson, April 8th versus the Jays, 4 2/3, no decision, 7 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. April 15th at the Red Sox, 4 innings in that one, 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks. And then April 22nd versus a weak hitting Royal team, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, and a strikeout. So right now, Anderson not getting the job done. Still owning 38% of fantasy leagues, but he's a guy I would shy away from right now. This Angel team not playing great baseball. They're putting up the runs, but Anderson, he just can't find it right now with this Angel team. And then last season definitely could have been a fluke a little bit with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and also with the great run support they give you over there as the Dodgers over the last few seasons. It's easier for a pitcher to go out there and pitch loose, and right now he's pressing. And also with the pitch clock as well could be affecting Anderson. So that's a few pitches I look to drop here in week 4 of the fantasy baseball season.